level. This is why. All right, guys, we're back with another video, and this is going to be a special one, something that you don't hear a lot about, so we're going to get into that right away. First of all, guys, hit the subscribe button if you like daily college baseball content, development stuff, recruiting content, all about that. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on this video to help us out with the algorithm. And again, if you're looking for help in the recruiting process, scan the QR code, go to our website, elitesportsadvising.com, fill out the form, and we will meet with you, talk about what we do, and then ultimately see if it's a right fit for you. All right, let's get right into it, guys. A lot of you guys, especially in high school, have friends or a brother or a cousin who is a pitcher and has gone on to the Division I level. And for some reason, they've struggled a lot. Big ERA, giving up a lot of hits, giving up a lot of extra base hits, and you can't really understand why. Why are so many pitchers that get to the college level as freshmen and even as sophomores struggling to such a large extent? We can talk about how the balls are juiced now, the bats are better, and all that, but there's a third factor that no one really talks about. And it's bigger than probably both of those things, the reason why a pitcher struggles. And it's the fact that they are tipping their pitches. Now, you say, well, Kyle, how big of a deal is that? How often is that going on in the college level? How often does a pitcher actually tip their pitches? Well, I can tell you from personal experience, when I was coaching at Georgia Tech, that was my main role in game. Before the series started, I went over all the starting pitchers on video. I went over all their big relievers, and I tried to identify ways they were tipping pitches. And here's what I found. Something like 80 to 85% of college pitchers are tipping. And they are tipping in a way that can be signaled to the hitter, right? So for an example, when I was at Georgia Tech, if I had a tip on the pitcher and I knew what pitches were coming, if it was a fastball, as soon as I got the tip, I would say, be on time, be on time. If it was an off-speed pitch from the dugout, I would yell, see it deep, right? And that was, the hitters knew that if they heard that from my voice, that meant a breaking ball was coming, or be on time, a fastball was coming, right? So they knew what pitch was coming before it was even thrown. Do you think that makes hitting a lot easier? Yes. Does that make pitching way more difficult when the other hitter knows exactly what pitch you're throwing and no matter what the count is? Yes. All right. So this is something that happens in the college game all the time. Actually, as a coaching staff in game, one thing you're doing, again, my job was to relay tips and get them off pitchers, sometimes off the video like I described, but sometimes I had to pick it up live. That was something I was really good at. But you're also on the lookout for, does the other team have something on our pitchers? Are they relaying it some way? You're listening for cues. After he comes set and he's getting close to coming or delivering the pitch, do you hear something consistently? Is there a signal or a phrase that is being yelled from the dugout? So you're looking for that. You're looking at the third base coach if they're in the first base dugout. Is the third base coach doing something after the pitcher comes set? I can give you an example. One third base coach in the ACC, who we knew was really good at picking up tips on right-handed pitchers, when it was an off-speed pitch, he would be looking at second base, and as soon as the pitcher would come set, he would turn his head like this. And every time it was an off-speed pitch. So that was a signal for us to know, all right, they got something on him. We need to lock in on our arm and see what's going on, or we need to get him out, right? We need to bring in another pitcher. You cannot have success as a pitcher when the other team knows what pitches are coming. So how do you fix this? Well, I'm coming out with a program soon that will analyze pitchers, and I'll do it myself. That way we can make you tip-proof before you get to college, right? Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. This goes on at every level of college baseball. It's part of the game. It's the game within the game. And as a pitcher, right now, I can guarantee you that most of you guys in high school are tipping your pitches in some way. Whether that's you're flaring the glove, whether how high you come set on different pitches, whether it's how many times you come set, whether it's the angle of your glove on certain pitches, whether it's the fact that you play a lot in the glove before you deliver the pitch. There's so many different things that can signal to someone in the dugout who really knows what they're doing and really knows what to look for what pitch is being thrown. Do you point your finger in the glove when you throw a fastball? That's a common one. Guys, if you have a glove with the little finger hole, get rid of it. Do not stick any fingers out of your glove. That is one of the first things you look at when you see a guy who's pitching on the mound. Is his finger sticking out of the glove? What's his finger doing on a fastball versus a slider versus a changeup? Usually there's a pattern there that can be picked up very easily. All right, that's tip number one. All right, so number two, it's all about how you come set every time. It has to be the same. The problem is this, guys. When you tip pitches, you don't even know you're doing this stuff. I've had so many guys when I was coaching at Georgia Tech who I would tell them exactly what they're doing, and then they would go out the next inning and do the same thing again because it's subconscious. You do not know you're doing it. It's something that has to be practiced and practiced and practiced for it to take hold. Again, with my program, I will analyze each individual pitcher and look through and find the ways that you are tipping pitches. Some of you guys may only be tipping your fastball. Some of you guys may be tipping all of your pitches. Generally speaking, you guys do something different with the fastball versus their changeup versus their slider. Usually the off-speed pitches are very similar into what they're tipping. The fastball is usually different. So if you can figure out what a fastball looks like with the way he comes set, you can usually find out what an off-speed pitch looks like as well. All right? I guarantee you, most of you guys watching this video, most of you parents who are watching this video, your son is tipping his pitches. It's not going to get exposed in high school, but his freshman year in college, it's like taking candy from a baby. That's how obvious it is. And so what's going to happen is you're going to say, man, that was a great pitch. How did he just crush it? It was an 0-0 breaking ball, and it wasn't even in a bad location. He just crushed it. It's because the other team knows what pitches he's throwing. They're relaying every single pitch. If this is something you're worried about, and you should be, right? This happens in every single college game. Get that through your head. Every single college game, there are one or two guys in the opposing dugout who have watched video on you for hours, like I did, but they're also watching you live in game to pick something up. And they will find something. Like I said, the vast majority of guys, you are tipping your pitches in some way. I'll give you an example. Pitcher at Clemson when I was coaching at Georgia Tech. He ended up going in the top 5 rounds, left-handed arm. He tipped his pitches so bad I didn't even have to relay. In the pregame meeting, I went over what his glove looked like, what his glove did on off-speed versus what his glove looked like on fastball. Didn't even have to relay it. We had him out in the 3rd inning. Put up like 7 or 8 runs. Now, he may go back and think, man, those guys were just all over me. He may not know. But I can guarantee you the coaches in the other dugout knew exactly what was going on, right? They've got something on it, all right? If this is something that interests you and you'd be interested in doing, comment below, let me know. Comment tip proof, and I will send you a DM, and we'll start figuring out how to get this program started for each and every one of you, and it's going to be something moving forward that I'm doing on a regular basis, all right? Let me know what you think in the comments. Again, guys, if you're interested in a program that can make your son or yourself tip proof before they get on college campus and get exposed, comment tip proof, and we'll get the process rolling. All right, appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the comments. We'll be back again tomorrow with another video.